Hey y'all, so I know it's been almost a month since my intro video. I remember saying in there, hopefully I'll be able to do this every week, God willing, every other week. And it's been 4 weeks, and I was thinking about it all today and yesterday and the day before of so many different excuses that I could have been making of, oh, well, school started again. College started. I'm trying to get in the swing of things. And work. Even though I work part of a part-time job. Relationships and organizing things. Yeah, I'm getting married, so that seemed like a good excuse at the time. Or even getting sick. I had the cold last week. So, things on top of things that turn into procrastination. But because of that, it was either a week and a half ago, me and my fiance were hanging out, and he said, I want to pull up this video for you. And because we were listening to Bethel, and I'm like, hey, who's the lead singer? Because I'm totally unhip and uncool to know all of the band members of Bethel by heart. So he pulled up a really good interview of Stephanie Frizzell. And she's such a sweetheart. She sounds totally amazing. And her interview was about recording the song Be Still. When she was first recording it, they told her basically, here's a studio, go in and do your thing, we'll be back in an hour. In a couple of hours even. And she sat there and she's like, I was terrified. And she goes on saying how she had to conquer this fear that she had. And it totally hit me at that moment. I'm like, I'm scared to do this. Never in my life have I ever been really concerned of what people think. And even now, I'm still really not, because I'm obviously doing this. But then I realized that we all have our own fears that we need to face. Not phobias or worldly things. It's fights within ourselves that we have to get over. And we cannot get over them by ourselves. We cannot get over our worry of failing by speaking in front of people, by going to some class and just learning how to speak. No, God has to give you that courage. A lot of us, we have these fears of worrying if we're going to do the right things for people. And well, what if I fail them? What if I'm not there for them when they need me to be? That's a fear that only God can overcome. He gives you the courage to do so. And I started realizing with Stephanie, with me, and with everybody else, courage isn't something that you just develop. You have to seek it. And the only way you can do that is going to God. And off the top of my head, I think of Peter, who was called out into the water. Jesus said, come and follow me. Much like he did with Stephanie. Come and do this thing for me. He called me. Come and do this and come and do these things for me. And everybody else who has that calling that is really intimidating. He was called to step out on water. That's intimidating. And the only way he could overcome that was realizing that God was saying, come But in that open hand, he's giving you courage. All you have to do is take it. Because if you don't, it's just sitting there. And you can't develop that on your own. The world might tell you you can. You can try to reach, but you're never going to get far. So you have to grab his hand and say, okay, God, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to trust you with this. You trust him to wake you up every single morning. What's the difference on trusting him with a fear compared to your life? If you trust him with your life, hopefully, then a fear isn't that big to conquer. Because your fear isn't bigger than God. You're not saying, like, God, this fear is too big. It may be too big for you. But if you try to belittle God because of your fear, saying it's too big, you don't have a very powerful God. You don't have a very big God. So, you might have heard it before. Instead of telling God how big your fear is, start telling your fear how big God is. And if you haven't been able to tell, I'm scared. I'm nervous. I'm so new to this. Making excuses. I need courage. I need courage to actually do this, film this, and be regular about it. Because if I don't, then what? I reached out, but never quite grabbed it. So with that being said, if you can trust God that he's going to bring the sun up tomorrow, and that he's going to start your car, and he's going to get you to wherever you're going safely, he's going to take care of your family, he can take care of that fear. That is no big deal whatsoever. With that being said, if y'all guys got any prayer requests, comments, concerns, questions, just leave them in the comment section below. I'll be praying for you guys. Hope you have a wonderful and blessed week. Bye, guys.